Good afternoon, happy crafters, how are we all? Welcome to my live studio. My name is Toni Derrick and thank you for joining me for this next half an hour to an hour. As you can see, I have my little helper, my son. It's the school holidays and he has all his technical equipment in place to help me and his dad. So for those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Toni Derrick. I am a guest presenter over on Create and Craft. And I am a studying watercolorist stroke artist. I love anything to do with a pen, pencil. I just love picking anything up, putting it in my hand and having a good play with it. And the results, good or bad, I've enjoyed myself, so that's all that matters. So I encourage everybody at home to do the same as well. I just love playing. That's all it is, playing. It's paper, it's card, it's ink. I just love having a good time. So the purpose of this studio is to encourage anybody at home to do the same and just play and see what you get from it. So a couple of things then. If you're watching on YouTube, please comment, let me know where you're watching from. Please subscribe to our channel. We have a new subscribe button. You will see the little lady, a little icon. All you need to do is click on that lady and there is a subscribe button on there. So if you do subscribe, you will be given all the notifications when I do more videos and things like that. If you're watching over on Facebook, you can also comment, like, share, so all your crafty friends can see what we're up to over here at Stamps by Me. So I've got a couple of things technique based things that I want to show you today. I know that you all like some new stuff, some new inspiration, some new ideas, new techniques, and that's what it's all about here. But what I will say to you is, before I go any further, I don't create these videos so you spend money. It's not what it's about. It's about using the products you've already got in your kit. If you've purchased our products, it's so you can get the most out of them. It's not just about selling something, it's then, you know, learning what you can do with them afterwards. So a couple of things I'm going to use today in our demonstrations are a couple of our own stamps. Now, like I just said earlier, if you haven't got these products, you don't have to buy them. Check through your stash, see what you've got. You might have something that fits the bill. But if you don't, you know where our website is to grab some goodies. So the first thing that I'm going to be using here today on my first demonstration is this one here. This is one of our earlier stamps and it's a super popular one, is this one, because you get the splats in here. Now we launched this about 2.5 years ago, and do you know what? It's been so popular. It sells all the time. So I know probably a lot of viewers that are watching now have already got this stamp, so that's great. So you'll be able to just sit back and just enjoy. So that's for my first demonstration, and for the second demonstration I'm going to use this lovely floral bouquet here, and I'm going to incorporate some Christmas stamps in there so we can maybe make a lovely Christmas card. So you can do it at home as well, because if you're just like me and you haven't started your Christmas cards, well, now's the time to start because time is ticking on. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to use the splash stamp. I'm just going to pop them to one side because I have my own here. So let's crack on. Are you ready to crack on, Tom? Yep. Okay, so just move this one out of the way. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a decorative background first with the splat stamp. So what I'm going to do first of all is I've got some white cardstock here in my Eureka. Just get this in place. I'm just going to place this splat stamp just sporadic on the white card, and we're just going to create a bit of a background. So I'm just going to pick this one up. Before I do that though, I am just going to get rid of this glass mat because my Eureka is floating all over and it's not working. So we just move that one out of the way, and I've got here a fuchsia ink pad. This is one of our Generation Inks ink pad, but this sort of technique will work with any that you've got in your stash. So I'm just going to ink up the stamp. Okay, and then I'm just going to stamp it out, and I don't want it to be like clean lines or anything like that. So there's one, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the stamp, I'm just going to move it up here, so we've got a little bit of a splash up here too. So the great thing about this stamp set is, I'll just show you, so the stamp has been drawn in such a way that it fits perfect within the splash. Can you see that there? So if you wanted to put a splash behind each flower, you could do that as well, but I'm just showing you an alternative way to use the stamp. So we've got a light one there, a dark one there, but I am going to make them both the same, so I'm just going to ink up this one as well. Thank you. So we've got a little bit of a background going on there. So I'm just going to dry that off. Good. Let go there. That's nice and dry now. So what I'm going to do is let's just swap this one out for the main focal point of the stamp. Pop this back on its carrier sheet. We're just going to move on to the floral element this time. So like I said earlier, this fits seamlessly within the splat. So you've got your large, your medium and your small, and you've got your large, your medium and your small splat. So it fits seamlessly behind there. Now I am going to stamp it that way, just so you can see how beautiful it is. So I am going to be colouring in a Copic marker, so I am going to be using the Memento. So just take into consideration what ink you're using for what medium you're going to use. So because I'm using alcohol, I'm going to use Memento. If I was going to watercolour, I would use VersaFine, okay, because it's waterproof. So just ink this one up. Thank you. So I might have to do this twice. It's actually come out okay as that one. I'm happy with that one. But for the second one, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have it creeping over the side. So I'll pop the large one up here, like so. We've just created an instant background just from the same stamp there. So if you're confident yourself, you could try, if you haven't got this stamp set, you could maybe try the splats yourself. Try and do a bit of a wash behind, you know, it doesn't have to be a splat per se. So there we have a background already, so there we go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to dry that off. Thank you. And what I have here is a alcohol based pen, and it's a bright one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to colour these flower heads in and go over the splats, but what will happen is because it's two different inks, they will show through. So we'll just go for this big one here, and I am not being a professional with this, I am just doing flat colouring. So if you're scared of colouring, then and you're just used to picking up one pen and like to colour that way, then you can do that as well. So I'll just colour this one. So I have normally, as you all know me very well, I have a couple of pens in my hand. I like to get in with light and shade, but I really do want to show you that, you know, using one pen you can create an amazing look also. You don't have to play, because I appreciate not everybody's the most confident. So I'm just going to do this whole flower in just the bright pink. Now if you managed to get hold of the watercolour palette last week with all the amazing colours in there, you could watercolour. I'm just trying to maybe show you other ways or other things in your stash you might already have to get the most out of things. You know, you don't have to watercolour all the time, although I could spend hours doing it, me and Tom. Hey Tom? Yeah. So I'm just going to do the one flower, and I also have a lovely green as well, and this flower's got two lovely leaves up here, so I'm just going to go over. Put the two leaves in here. Now, you at home, if you're playing, you probably might want to colour it all. If you want to, it's entirely up to you. But I'm just, for speed. So you can see it already coming together, and you can see the splash which comes through the back, which looks amazing. So I'm just going to show you a different way on how to lay out your card maybe. So let's just move this to one side, take this out. Can I just shut this, Tom? So I have here 2 stitched frames. I have a large and a small here. So I'm just going to place this onto my artwork and then I'm going to run it through the snap machine. So let's just move the Eureka because it's sticking to my magnets. And I'll just get some low tack tape. So I'm just going to run this through the snap because it's the one that I have with me. So I'm just going to pop that on there. I'm just going to pop this one on top. And then I have the second one as well. I'm just going to pop this within as well. So when you do this at home, ladies and gents, please make sure that you do hold your artwork in place with some low tack tape, because sometimes what happens is the dies move and they move on top of each other and then it ruins your die. And I tell you at home to do it like that, and then I sometimes don't, and I have ruined a few dies. I would hate for that to happen. So that's that one. Just pop this on top. I'm just going to place this through the snap. And then hopefully what will come out is we'll get something a little bit dimensional then. So when you come to pop it on a card, it just looks a little bit different than your traditional just flat layering. Careful when you're taking your tape off as well, you wouldn't want to tear your artwork. So here we have the 2 parts, can you see there? Okay, so I have a black top folding note card here. I've already pre-matte and layered with some sparkly glitter card and some black card. So what I'm going to do is I am going to stick this outer frame flat just with a tape runner. And as always, we will be giving away the cards we make in studio. So please don't forget when I post the pictures to like and share the comment. Either comment and let me know which card you've liked the best. I always do try and do 2 cards. So please comment and let me know which you've enjoyed the most. And then obviously great feedback for me too also, whether I'm doing okay or not. So let's just move this stamp out of here. So within this stamp collection you get some faded sentiments. So I'm just going to pop have fun, and I'm just going to do it diagonal across here like so. So I'm just going to stamp have fun straight across here, and this is going to give my card an instant boost. These are quite quirky ones, are these ones, so you can see there it sort of like fades out. I'll do it one more time. So it's like a gradient stamp is this one, it's quite fun. There we go. And then just dry that off. So just take this one out of here. There we go. So just bring back in our card, but before we go any further, I'm going to make this a little bit different in the sense I'll pop some pads behind there. But we're not going to stick this one flat, we will stick it on a bit of an angle just for something different. Struggling to get the pads off today. Must be hot in here. It's because you're sat next to me, Tom. You're making me hot. It's okay, sweetheart. Thank you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this and just get the camera to look at on top. Thank you. Like so. So you could go in with your sparkle pens, your sequins, anything you wanted to with that one. So it's just a card with a little bit of dimension, but obviously the images do co-ord. So if you did want to put the pads underneath and sit within the recess, then you would have a matching card. So there we go, that's demonstration number 1. I hope you like that one. It is something a little bit different, and I do hope if you have got this stamp or a stamp in your stash that you can use it with, then you will try and achieve it. So that's demonstration number 1. If you like it, let me know. We're going to move on to demonstration number 2, which is a little bit more detailed. So you would like to hold that one, Tom? So for the second one, what we're going to do is we're going to do a 1-layer card, but it's going to look like it's a 2-layer card, if that makes any sense at all. So before I go ahead, I'm just going to, sorry Tom, thank you, just going to clean the glass of my Eureka so we don't get any mucky marks, because a lovely customer's going to win this card. So I've just got some craft coloured card here, and I've also got 2 strips of white paper. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the lovely Christmas set, which is this one here, and I'm going to be using the Merry here and the Christmas here. So the pieces of paper that I've already cut, do you want to hold them? The pieces of paper that I've already cut are wide enough for that stamp to sit within, if that makes any sense at all. So Christmas is wide enough and Merry is wide enough. So all I'm going to do is I've got the piece of cardstock in my Eureka. Okay, and I'm just going to house the piece of paper. I'm just going to move my cardstock over, and I'm going to put one across there like so, and one across here like so. And I'm just going to hold them. Make sure they're as straight as possible for yourself, because you obviously want your sentiment to be straight. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold those in place with my magnet, like so. Okay, Tom, thank you, darling. Thank you. So what I'm going to do, so I've housed my artwork down like so, and the magnet's holding that in place. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get the large bouquet, which Tom's very kindly just shown you, and we're going to place it over the pieces of white that we've just done there, like so. So it's up to you where you want to place it. You can place it wherever you want. There is no right or wrong way. Okay. So what's going to happen is the white pieces of paper are going to act as a mask, okay, for our sentiments. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the stamp, and we are going to ink up the stamp. Lots of light taps all over your stamp, and then we're going to stamp it out, and the white strips will act as a resist. So nice little pressing on there so the image transfers onto the card. Thank you. And there we go. But what we need to do, I'm just going to dry that off so we don't get a fingerprint. And whilst the white pieces of cardstock are still in place, we're going to outline them. And now this is really easy. All you need is a piece of, sorry, all you need is a fine liner, and you need a ruler. Okay, thank you. And you need a ruler. So I have a 03 micron pen here, and this is the pen that I'm going to be using to outline this piece of paper, and I have just a normal general ruler. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to place my ruler, sorry about the head, it's really difficult, I will have to lean over, I'll do it from the side hopefully. is I'm going to line it up where the white cardstock is. Can you see that? It needs to be over, there we go. Lean it over like so, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pen and I'm going to follow the white cardstock right to the end. I'm going to take my ruler, hold it higher. I'm going to do the same at this end. So I'm just outlining the white paper. So I've done the top, so here I'm going to do the bottom. Now you can stick this white paper down if you're not confident in doing what I'm doing. I am quite confident in the sense that I can get it straight, but if you're not, please don't worry about it. I'm trying to make sure my head doesn't go in shot. So yeah. So then when you move your paper, what you have instantly is like a panel. And I'm just going to edge these off. So you could now go in and make it even darker if you wanted to. So I'm just going to make them, can you see there? So we've got like an instant panel through our image, which looks awesome. So take some time with your pen and make that really dark if you can, and make those panels pop from the page. So just going to move on to the next step. Just put that to one side and take this stamp off. So this is where we get to use the lovely Christmas sentiments, which we're going to use the lovely Merry and we're going to use Christmas. And ahead of time I coloured the image, so here we have one that I've done ahead of time. So I penned round both like you've just seen me there, and I've coloured these with alcohol markers, 2 shades of red and 1 shade of green. Okay. So hopefully, if it all goes to plan, Christmas should sit within here and Merry should sit within here. So it's quite a simple technique but very effective. So I'll just get my black ink pad. Like so. I'm not going to repeat stamp that because I have a feeling if I squash it anymore I will lose the detail. I'm just going to blast that off really quickly. And to add more detail to this, to even make it look more three-dimensional, I'm just going to take it out of here. Move this. Just going to place it on top here. So I'm just going to get my alcohol marker, and I've got a C6 here, can you see that? So I'm just going to make this look a little bit more realistic. So I'm just going to get my ruler again, and I am going to use the brush nib end, and I'm just going to pop a shadow underneath here. So I'm just going to pop my ruler underneath Merry. I'm just going to pop a shadow straight underneath. And I'm going to go over it 2 or 3 times. Sorry about the head. So that actually does look like a 3D panel. You see there? Just giving it a shadow. Tom, just be careful a second, darling. Now, remember, as I always say, alcohol markers always dry lighter. So have the confidence to go in and put that shadow underneath and it will look 3D. Now you could sparkle that, put some gems around, do all the lovely things that you love to do at home. I'm just going to get this matte and layered onto a card. So please do let me know if you've liked any of the techniques. Please like and share. I do love for new people, even new crafters, to come along and learn something new, even if it's just matte and layering, nothing, you know. I do love the thought of new people, new crafters every single day, and we are all in it together. So I'm just popping some glue behind here as well, just so it is secure for lovely customer. Just going to mat and layer this onto a top folding note card, which is black, and there is some glitter cardstock in there as well. And if I had a white gel pen, I would pop some dots around, but I don't. So there we go. 2 lovely cards. 2 amazing techniques. I hope you will give them a try if you have the stamps at home. If you don't have the stamps, have a look through your own stash and see what you've got that can maybe create this effect. But do give it a try. It is simple. You've got more time at home. You haven't got a little boy wanting to help you. But you know, I am here to help. Any questions, thumbs up, let me know how you get on, which card you like the best. And I will catch you all next Wednesday for some more tutorials. Take care everybody. Bye.